Good evening. You're with us on DD India. Welcome to Express News, where we update you with the top 100 news of the day from across the country and the world in a quick, succinct manner. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let us get started. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the conference-cum-expo in Lucknow today. The three-day conference-cum-expo is part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It will be open for public for 2 days, tomorrow and the day after. Themed on New Urban India, transforming urban landscape, the expo focuses specifically on the transformative changes brought about in Uttar Pradesh. The Prime Minister digitally handed over keys of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAY urban houses to 75,000 beneficiaries in 75 districts of Uttar Pradesh. The Prime Minister said post-2014 approval has been given for construction of 1,13 lakh houses, out of which 50 lakh houses have already been delivered to the beneficiaries concerned. The Prime Minister also stressed on implementation of a clear policy on the size of houses constructed under the PMAY. He said that the government has ordered construction of houses in area not less than 22 square meters. The Prime Minister also announced the setting up of Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee Chair in Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University in Lucknow. Remembering Vajpayee, the Prime Minister said Lucknow has given a visionary leader in Atal Bihari Vajpayee to the nation. Prime Minister Modi also inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of 75 urban development projects of Uttar Pradesh under the Smart Cities Mission and Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, or AMRIT. The Prime Minister also flagged off 75 buses under the second phase of FAME scheme for 7 cities, including Lucknow, Kanpur, Varanasi, Prayagraj, Gorakhpur, Jhansi and Ghaziabad. Prime Minister Modi also released a coffee table book encompassing 75 projects implemented under various flagship missions of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India. The Prime Minister also released a short film detailing the achievements in urban development sector in Uttar Pradesh under the leadership of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. The short film is titled Uttar Pradesh Emerging as Land of Urban Opportunities. Taking a dig at the opposition for spending their energy day and night opposing the actions of his government, Prime Minister Modi said that opposition is now crestfallen as all schemes are now yielding massive results. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that urban development is getting a big boost under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He said that Prime Minister has been working continuously for the dream of achieving New India. The Indian Air Force Chief, Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary, said that the Chinese Air Force is still present at the 3 air bases on their side of the line of actual control, LAC. Talking to media ahead of the 89th anniversary of the force, the Air Chief Marshal assured that the Air Force is fully deployed and prepared. Speaking about the Air Force's contribution towards the nation, the Air Force Chief said that the prowess of the Indian Air Force was witnessed by entire nation during the second wave of COVID-19, when the transport fleet flew from 18 countries to provide relief and support material in our united fight against COVID-19. Minister of State for Commerce Som Prakash launched the Industrial Park Rating System IPRS 2.0 report. The IPRS 2.0 portal maps 449 industrial parks and special economic zones in the country in detail and rates them based on some key parameters such as external infrastructure, internal infrastructure, business support services, environment and safety. The BJP has registered a massive victory in the municipal corporation elections in Gujarat's Gandhinagar. The elections were held on Sunday. The BJP won 41 seats while Congress bagged 2 and AAP party got only 1 seat. A different set of 4 people have been arrested by the Narcotics Control Bureau NCB in Mumbai in connection with the cruise drug party case. All 4 accused, named Abdul Qadir, Abdul Qayyum Sheikh, Shreyas Surendra Nair, Manish Udayaraj Darya and Avin Dinanath Sahu, would be produced in a magistrate court by the agency. The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences has decided to award the 2021 Nobel Prize in Physics to Socorro Manabe, Klaus Hasselmann and Giorgio Parisi for groundbreaking contributions to our understanding of complex physical systems. Finance Minister and senior BJP leader Nirmala Sitharaman interacted with media at the BJP office in Raipur, Chhattisgarh today. Former Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh Raman Singh, BJP State President Vishnu Dev Sai and Leader of Opposition in Chhattisgarh Dharamlal Kaushik were also present. Nirmala Sitharaman also took part in various other programs. She inaugurated a blood donation camp at Town Hall, Raipur. She also participated in a special exhibition organized by the Chhattisgarh BJP office on the theme of Seva or Samarpan. A parliamentary delegation led by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla will visit Italy from October 7th to 9th to attend the 7th Parliamentary Speakers Summit of the G20 countries. Deputy Speaker of the Rajya Sabha, Harivansh, will also be part of the delegation. The 5th edition of India-Japan Maritime Bilateral Exercise, GMEX, between the Indian Navy and the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force will be held in the Arabian Sea from 6th to 8th of October this year. GMEX series of exercises commenced in January 2012 with special focus on maritime security cooperation between the two countries. The last edition of GMEX was conducted in September 2020. India continues to fight COVID-19. The country's COVID-19 vaccination coverage crossed the landmark of 91 crore till 7 this morning. This has been achieved through 88,75,020 sessions. A total of 72,51,419 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The central government has provided over 91 crore 77 lakh vaccine doses to states and UTs so far. Over 6 crore 73 lakh doses are still available with the states and union territories. A total of 18,346 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours, which is the lowest in 209 days. The active cases account for less than 1% of total cases, currently at 0.75%, and this is the lowest since March last year. India's active caseload stands at 2,52,902, which is the lowest in 201 days. A total of 29,639 recoveries were reported in the last 24 hours. The recovery rate currently stands at 97.93, which is the highest since March last year. Weekly positivity rate at 1.66% is less than 3% for the last 102 days. The daily positivity rate at 1.61% is less than 3% for the last 36 days. A total of 57 crore 53 lakh tests have been conducted so far. On to business news now. The 30-share SENSEX on Tuesday rallied 446 points to end at 59,745. The NIFTY 50 also surged 131 points to close at 17,822. At the multi-commodity exchange, gold prices fell by 177 rupees at 46,710 rupees per 10 grams. Silver prices declined 75 rupees at 60,878 rupees per kilo. The Indian currency weakened 13 paise to close at 74 rupees 44 paise against the US dollar. Brent crude futures, the global oil benchmark, advanced 0.54% to $81.70 per barrel. After a day's pause, fuel prices were hiked on Tuesday. In the latest revision, petrol prices were increased by 25 paise and diesel prices by 30 paise per litre in the national capital. The State Bank of India has invited applications for the recruitment of probationary officers. The application process started today and will remain open till October the 25th. Other key Asian markets declined, tracking a broad sell-off on Wall Street overnight to weaken for a third straight session as investors feared that oil prices hitting multi-year highs would add to inflationary pressures caused by supply chain disruptions. The World Trade Organization WTO revised up its forecasts for growth of global for the growth of global goods trade this year and next year as well. The WTO said that it expected merchandise trade to grow this year by 10.8% after a fall of 5.3% in 2020. World continues to battle COVID-19 pandemic. So far, over 23 crore 61 lakh 96,000 cases have been reported globally, while recoveries stand above 21 crore 32 lakh and 58,000. The deadly virus has so far claimed over 48 lakh 23,000 lives globally. USA continues to be the worst hit nation by the pandemic. The country has so far reported over 4 crore 46 lakh 82,000 cases, while over 7 lakh and 22,000 people have lost their lives due to coronavirus. Former Commissioner of US Food and Drug Administration Dr. Scott Gottlieb has said that the Delta wave of COVID-19 will be the last major surge in the United States of America. Dr. Gottlieb said that although Delta variant is waning in southern United States, infections are picking up in some states in the West and Midwest, citing Alaska, Wyoming, Montana, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio and West Virginia. Still with United States, teachers gathered to protest the COVID-19 vaccine mandate that is now in effect for New York City school employees. Demonstrators gathered outside the Department of Education in downtown Brooklyn. The Kremlin has implored people to get vaccinated against COVID-19, calling it the only way to stop the virus spread. Russian authorities mulled reintroducing health restrictions to cope with the daily cases rising to their highest levels since January. Russian authorities relaxed many restrictions after the country overcame the worst of the third wave of the coronavirus in the summer. But the daily number of coronavirus-related deaths has remained high, with 883 deaths reported on Monday. Australia will buy 3 lakh courses of Merck & Company's experimental antiviral pill, Prime Minister Scott Morrison said, as Victoria logged the highest number of daily COVID-19 infections of any state in the country since the pandemic began. The Thai Red Cross Society began a vaccination drive for migrant workers and undocumented refugees on Tuesday. About 350 migrant workers are expected to receive their first vaccine doses at Queen Saovabha Memorial Institute in Bangkok. American tech giant Facebook on Monday cited faulty configuration changes on its routers as the root cause of the nearly 6-hour outage that prevented the company's 3.5 billion users from accessing its social media and messaging services. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg on Tuesday apologized to all following a 6-hour social media outage that affected Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp. In a post on Facebook, Zuckerberg said the social media platforms were coming back to normal. Zuckerberg said in a Facebook post that he's sorry for the disruption and that he knows how many people rely on their services to stay connected with the people they care about. Some members of the European Parliament have called for an investigation into allegations by a whistleblower, Frances Haugen, that Facebook prioritized profits above the public good. Haugen shared some internal documents with newspapers and Attorney General from several US counties. Whistleblower Haugen will testify before a US Senate subcommittee today and is expected to speak at the Web Summit conference in Portugal in early November this year. In a big surprise move, Japan's new Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has called a parliamentary election for October 31st and promised to bolster the country's response to coronavirus pandemic. Japan's parliament will now be dissolved on October the 14th. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said on Tuesday that he received a strong message from US President Joe Biden about the United States' commitment to defending the disputed East China Sea islets known as the Senkaku Islands in Japan. In phone talks that lasted roughly 20 minutes this morning, several allies of Japan also confirmed their cooperation towards achieving a free and open Indo-Pacific. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has been sworn in for a new 5-year term as his government faces a host of challenges, including months-long conflict in the northern region of Tigray. A US officer has been killed and 2 others injured following a shooting at the Amtrak train station in Tucson, Arizona on Monday. The shooting happened at around 8 in the morning after the train, which was traveling from Los Angeles to New Orleans, stopped at the platform. New earthquakes hit the Spanish island of La Palma as fresh lava surge comes amid a crater collapse there. The latest activity comes after scientists recorded 8 new earthquakes during the weekend. A river of red-hot lava gushing from the CRUDE volcano thickened on Monday, but authorities ruled out further evacuations and some evacuees were allowed to return to the exclusion zone to collect their belongings. Cleanup crews along Southern California's coast deployed skimmers and attempted to corral oil-slicked ocean waters in booms on Monday, while wildlife experts scrambled to protect birds and fishes from an enormous oil spill that threatened to close beaches for months. Cars and roads were submerged in heavy floodwaters in Al-Kabora in Oman after tropical storm Shaheen killed 11 people. The National Emergency Committee informed on its official Twitter account that 7 more people were killed as heavy winds and rain swept through the country after Storm Shaheen made landfall. In the United Kingdom, fuel shortage has yet again subsided. 1 in 5 forecourts in London and the southeast of England are still without fuel. The Petrol Retailers Association has said that there has been a marked improvement across the rest of the United Kingdom. However, conditions in the southeast are still challenging. Argentine artist Leandro Granato, known for his eye painting technique, has destroyed 5 of his works for them to become NFTs, a type of crypto art sold in the digital market and paid only with digital currency. Using explosive devices, Granato detonated 5 of his artworks. Through a sample called transmutation, his works went from the physical reality to the virtual one. These 5 works of art are valued approximately at $70,000 at today's Ethereum price. 2 out of these 5 works are already sold, 2 are booked, and there's only 1 left to be sold. A new 20-story wooden building named the Sara House of Culture in Skellefteå, northern Sweden, housing a library, 6 theatre stages and a hotel, is set to put art concerts and meetings at the heart of one of the world's tallest timber constructions. The cultural centre, which takes up the lowest 4 levels of the building, is built with columns and beams made of glued laminated timber and without the use of concrete. The cultural home has been constructed from 12,200 cubic meters of wood from trees harvested from within a 60-kilometer radius of the city. The Arc de Triomphe in Paris is slowly being unwrapped as Christie's ephemeral art installation that has graced the French capital for weeks comes to an end. Imagined in 1961 by the late Bulgarian-born artist Christo, the artwork was brought to life posthumously by his nephew, Vladimir Yavatsechev, at a cost of about 14 million euros. Wine growers at the Montmartre vineyard in the French capital have started their annual grape-picking season. A Parisian tradition for almost 90 years, the grape-picking season celebrates the French capital's largest vineyard with more than 1,700 grapevines spread across more than 1,500 square meters. Vineyard worker Vincent Bolinor said a total of 731 kilos of grapes have been gathered in the pre-grape picking process to make their own brand of red wine. Taking their pets to the annual blessing of animals, Roman Catholics in Brazil's Rio de Janeiro celebrated the day of San Francisco de Assis on Monday. Cats, dogs, serpents, among other animals and its owners gather every year at the São Francisco de Assis Church in Rio Comprido neighborhood. The celebrations include masses, a bazaar and blessings for the animals. In China's Shanghai Wild Animal Park, a spirited birthday party was held for the 3 panda cubs, with visitors from across the country flocking to the park to celebrate with the adorable beasties during the ongoing National Day holiday. The giant panda Shui Bao and the giant panda Kua Chin were born on October 4th and October 10th in 2017. Panda nannies carefully prepared 2 birthday cakes and personalized toys that match their personalities. They prepared a feast of fruit and bamboo cakes for the trio and offered them custom-made gifts as well. With climate changing drastically, the efforts to reduce its impact on human beings have also gathered pace. In Nairobi, a 3-year-old company, Coco, is using ATMs to dispense ethanol derived from agricultural waste. Its makers say the practice is safer, better for the environment and more cost-effective. Ethanol from agricultural waste is a greener alternative to using charcoal made from cutting down trees. On to sports action now. 14-year-old NAMYAA Kapoor stuns the field, crowned as Junior Women's 25-meter pistol world champion at Lima's La Palmas shooting range. Olympian Aishwarya Pratap Singh Tomar clinched gold in Junior Men's 50-meter rifle 3 position to make it a clean sweep for India on day 6 of the ISSF Junior World Championship. Another Olympian, MANU BHAKER, continued her dominance at the ongoing Junior World Championship by winning her 3rd medal, a bronze in the women's 25-meter pistol event on Monday. Thrilling match between table toppers Chennai Super Kings and Delhi Capitals on Monday. Delhi Capitals makes it to the top of the points table by winning the match with 3 wickets. In today's IPL match, Rajasthan Royals all set to clash with Mumbai Indians at Sharjah. Both the teams are eyeing to make it to the playoffs. In SAFF Championship, India draws 1-1 against Bangladesh. Sunil Chhetri scores the goal for Team India. And India wraps up its campaign in a grand fashion at the Asian Table Tennis Championships. In the last match, Indian table tennis stars Sharat Kamal and G. Sathya clinched bronze medal for the country. Sports Authority of India, Bengaluru, felicitated Indian men's hockey team who bagged an Olympic bronze medal for the country after almost 40 years. Speaking on the occasion, hockey men's team captain Manpreet Singh thanked the Sports Authority of India for their continuous support. Ladakh Scouts team lifted the first LG Horse Polo Cup by defeating Himalayan Bee in the finals at the polo ground in Goshan in Ladakh. Japan's women tennis star Naomi Osaka has dropped out of the world's top 10 on Monday for the first time since winning the 2018 US Open title. And now let's shift our attention to entertainment news. Sanya Malhotra and Abhimanyu Dasanti starrer Meenakshi Sundareshwar has got a release date. The film is scheduled to release on November 5th on Netflix. Sanjay Mishra and Brijendra Kala starrer Samosa and Sons is all set to release on a digital platform. The name of the platform is yet to be revealed. Star cast of Bollywood movie Andhadhun celebrated the 3rd anniversary of the movie today. The film was released on October 5th in 2018. English Winglish starrer late actor Sridevi also clocked 9 years today. The film was released in 2012. The first official trailer of Tick Tick Boom, marking Lin-Manuel Miranda's directorial debut, has been released by Netflix. The movie is an adaptation of Jonathan Larson's autobiographical pre-Rent musical. Ellie Kemper, Luke Grimes, Nico Santos and Blythe Danner are all set to star in Happiness for Beginners, a Netflix's film adaptation of the novel by author Catherine Center. The British Academy of Film and Television Arts has confirmed the dates for its TV and TV Craft Awards ceremonies in 2022. The ceremonies will take place on April 24th and May 8th respectively. Grammy-winning singer Billie Eilish has been announced as next year's Glastonbury Festival headliner, making her the youngest solo artist to lead the UK music festival in its 51-year history. Some of the top names in the music industry, including Kelly Clarkson, Justin Bieber, Snoop Dogg, among others, recently gathered in Las Vegas for a good cause, the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation, which supports boys and girls clubs and schools. And Britney Spears has thanked her fans who have conducted a long campaign to end her conservatorship. The pop star made the comments on Twitter following a court ruling last week that suspended her father as the controller of her business affairs. So that's it in this edition of Express News. We will be back tomorrow same time with the top 100 news of the day. Until we meet again, you take very good care of yourself. Stay masked whenever you go out. Stay safe. Namaskar.